Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee Talk. I have a question for you. What does a grocery store, a drag queen, and Tupperware have in common? Well, you're going to find out today. My guest today is a Tupperware sales lady who I think it was her first year. She made over 100, or she's made over 100,000 selling Tupperware. So we will meet my guest, Kay Sedia, in a few seconds. But first, our sponsors. First, we have Blue Sky Video Productions. Bruce Himmelblau is my producer. He is Livestream producer, YouTube strategist, and all-around amazing video guy. He makes me look so much better than I would if I were doing this by myself. So if you need help with your live streams, be sure to call him. And my second sponsor is, of course, Cards That Wow. If you want corporate or personal branding, note cards that when people open the envelope from you, they will actually say "Wow." So I want to bring in my guest, Mrs. Kay Sedia.
Oh, where'd you go? Hold on. Having technical difficulties. Hold on. Hi.
Kay, I found you one night when I was actually bored one night, and I just went to the live videos on Facebook and just checked out everything that was live. And I found you, and I'm like, that's my Tupperware lady.
Right?
So I've just been, and I've been watching your show. I watch it almost once a week. And and I don't know, when I think of Tupperware, I think of my mom. I think of, you remember the old-fashioned colors, the browns and the ugly avocado and yellow. That's what I think of Tupperware. But when I watched your show, it gave me a whole new meaning. So I want to talk about how you got to where you are, because to me, you are a marketing strategist, a branding strategist. And I mean, you've got this down, because you said that you made over $100,000 in Tupperware.
Well, probably the second or third year.
Yeah, I mean, but still. No. So tell me about your journey a little bit.
Well, you know what? It's funny because I was a performer in clubs for a few years in LA. And I started doing all of these sexy in 1999. And then I entered a drag pageant. That's where this character was created. And then I went, I was the runner-up at the pageant, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's like I was just happy they let me in the building. And I ended up doing so well at the pageant that I ended up becoming like the crowd favorite. And then the following week, I ended up at Drag Strip, which was a really popular club in LA for forever. In fact, it just ended like 3 years ago. But after that night, I performed at Drag Strip. It just kind of started changing everything for me. I started performing in clubs. And then I started doing an improv show, a drag soap opera improv show. And then before you know it, this had become like a full-time side hustle in drag. And then 2 years into it, I started just like, I didn't really love the environment of performing in clubs. So I was just always looking for other outlets. And I went to a Tupperware party, and the woman that did the party, her name was Frank, Phranc, and which I'm still friends with today. She used to be a punk rock singer back in the day, and then she became a folk singer. And she calls herself the All-American Jewish Surfing Lesbian Tupperware Lady. She had a flat top, and she looked like a man with a little bow tie. And I just kept thinking, oh my gosh, this is fabulous, because she was funny with the guitar, and she had a nostalgic party. I sat there, and I just thought, I could do this. I could do this in drag. I joined that night. A friend and I did. We both joined that night. Who, I don't know if anybody's ever heard of Dixie Longate. She's out and about, and she's very popular in the Tupperware world as well. Anyway, we joined that night, and I started doing really well doing this just on the weekends, because I had a full-time job at the grocery store. And then I started making more money doing this on the weekends than I was at the grocery store. Just doing it on the weekends. And then before you know it, the grocery chains, we went on strike back in 2003. And then I never went back. I thought this is my out, because I used to call that my clock watching job. Because after 10 minutes of walking into work, I'd look up at the clock. I'm like, how much longer? How much longer? And it just seemed like I looked at the clock every 10 minutes, just wondering like how much more do I have to do this? So then I quit that job. I started doing Tupperware full time. And then the first 2 months, I thought I had made the biggest mistake in my life because I couldn't pay my rent for 2 months. My brother loaned me rent for 1 month, my sister for the second month. And on that third month, I pocketed in my pantalones. I made about 10 grand. And I was like, It's like that's the most money I'd ever made all at once. The most I had ever made in a year was like 28,000 at that point.
Wow. So
the fact that I made 10,000 in 1 month just let me know that this wasn't a mistake. And before you know it, I think I don't want to say it was that next year, it was the following year. I ended up being number 1 in the nation in personal sales. And then I became a director in Tupperware, and then I made over 100,000 that first year. And I made over 100,000 for quite a few years. I still do really well. The thing is now I got married and I have a 3-year-old son who takes up most of my time. So my focus changed. So the thing about it, I always tell people, this is a great career because I work as much or as little as I do. I still make a very good living and I'm able to raise my son.
And that was part of the decision that made you stop doing the clubs as well, right? Your son?
Not so much. I had stopped doing the clubs probably soon after I started doing Tupperware full time.
Okay.
I still, when we're not in a pandemic, I do a lot of theater.
Right.
And, and that I still do. That I still love. That I don't think could ever go away from me because that's where my true passion lies. I love Tupperware, but most actors in Hollywood are starving actors, and I'm like, I'm not. Clearly, I'm not starving. She's had a few tacos or two. I'm just saying.
Well, you've also been in a couple short films, a feature film. You were the weather. Did you do the weather person in drag?
I did. It's funny because KTLA used to feature me all the time. And I don't know if you guys probably don't. You're up north, right?
Well, we're everywhere. We're all over the country.
Well, if you're in Southern California, our local news is KTLA in the morning. And Ali McKay used to have me on there all the time. And there was a couple of times they brought me in the studio to celebrate somebody's birthday and stuff like that. So they set me out to do, there you go. There's Ali. They put me out to do the weather. And the funny thing is they just put me in. They're like, here, try the weather. And I was like, okay. I didn't know where to look at. So I just literally was standing there knowing that I was in front of a green screen. And I was like, I'm going to make it up. And I was just like, there's nothing but sunshine over here. Lots of fun.
Oh my God.
Yeah, oh my God, look how skinny I was.
You're hilarious.
Oh my goodness. That was the first time Ali had me on with Tupperware because I'm a part of a comedy troupe called Chico's Angels that she had us on quite a few times as well.
Mm-hmm. So you want to talk about your family a little bit?
My son?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's funny because I have my husband and I, we have a son that we had via surrogacy. Mm-hmm. And again, my career in Tupperware helped pay for a lot of that. And I always tell people that this is such a great career because you can make as much or as little as you want, depending on how much work you want to put into it.
Right.
But I do have a 3-year-old son, and it's the best career for raising a family because you make your own schedule. Mm-hmm. You can pick your 1 or 2 nights a week that you want to work or your weekends that you want to work. And but yeah, I have a 3-year-old son. He's in the living room right now with his nanny. Maybe he'll pop in a second. But it's been quite the journey being a parent at this point. It's funny. I almost started my own talk show called The Drag of Parenthood because it was going to be a podcast. We filmed our pilot episode, and then the other drag queen performer who's also a parent has twins. We couldn't get our schedules coordinated, so we finally, here he comes. Come here, Papa. You want to say hi? Come here. Oh, you're just going to play with his toys. Oh, he's moody.
They have a mind of their own.
Oh, yeah, they do. Papa, you want to say hi? No? Okay, go with Esperanza. Can you help me? So, anyway, that's him right now. Papa, Ben, come say hi. Ben. So, anyway, as you can see, it's been fun working from home because he pops into my videos all the time.
I've seen him on the Tupperware show too. It's so cute. So how does he like your character?
It's it's Monday to him. Tuesday, yeah. There goes Papa. It's funny. I always joke that I don't think my son's ever going to be scared of clowns or Santa Claus because his Papa and Mama are a big old clown.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. There he goes.
Oh, yeah.
So what do you like most about selling Tupperware, other than the schedule and being able to, and let's talk a little bit more about your show. Let's do that because I love your show.
Well, I'll tell you what I love most about doing Tupperware is I'll tell you, and it's weird because I know for a lot of people they're just looking at a clown right now who's just makes people laugh and sells a plastic product, but there was something very spiritual about this for me, especially in the beginning, because what happened was I'm a big old clown, and the truth is it almost became armor because it became a way for me to hide behind wearing this mask. And then at some point, 19 years of selling Tupperware, being in front of an audience every single night, you just start to develop these skills or these you start developing this this quick way of responding to just the oddest or the simplest things. And then at some point, the confidence that I started building from being in front of an audience every night, from product knowledge of the Tupperware, from earning goals and prizes and the prizes from the incentives that they would create for us, it's like something inside started catching up. Okay. And all of a sudden I met myself in the middle of all this because I just became as confident out of drag that as I was in drag. And it no longer was armor. This is my work. I enjoy it. I enjoy it 90% of the time. There's those times where I'm like, I got to put this all on again. Or lugging all the Tupperware or driving out in 3 hours of traffic to try to get to my next party and stuff like that. That's the stuff that really drives me nuts. But once I'm in front of the audience, I love the aspect of the sales, and I love the aspect of making people laugh. Hard to have a bad day when you're making people laugh.
That's true.
You know? And the truth is, at this point in my life, it's not an act anymore. I'm not hiding anymore. So all of a sudden, it just becomes pure joy for me to be able to share this with people. Oh, there's my website, kaysedia.com. Now, it's funny. If you you can find me on YouTube. Just talking about chichis. I'm always talking about the girls here. But you could always find me on...
But you certainly have evolved since that. I mean, your makeup. I mean, that's a true art, is to be able to apply the makeup and look, that great, So did you take makeup courses or anything, or are you just naturally good at it?
No, I'll tell you. No, not even close to naturally good. It's fun if you get a good close look. If you compare me to any of the drag queens that are on RuPaul's Drag Race or anything like that, you'll be like, oh, this queen cannot do makeup. But I'll tell you, I did not know how to do anything, especially probably the first 2 years. My friend would always come with me and do my makeup for me. And then when I started doing Tupperware, I realized he can't come with me to every single Tupperware party. So he started to teach me how to put my friend Kellen Ann, you guys look him up, Kellen Ann. He is an amazing makeup artist, and he has a Instagram and YouTube following. And he does makeup tutorials online, drag makeup tutorials online all the time. It's amazing. But he started teaching me how to do my makeup. And the truth is, I do a version of what he taught me because obviously I cannot do it as well as he does. But over time, it evolved. But it literally would be one eyebrow up here, one down here. I'd have one lash going that way, one going straight up, or one sagging. And it just never matched. And over time, I just started getting a better eye for what I was looking for. But I'll tell you, the best part of it for me is I've never wanted to look so polished that it looks so perfect, because it doesn't go with the character.
Right.
So I can get away with, honestly, putting my makeup on in 20 minutes, and I'm like, what?
So my friend Michelle, we have a show that's called Candidly Speaking with Shell and Kel, and we always ask our client or our guests about their eye. She likes to ask about their eyeliner and contour, so she wants to know what kind you use.
Oh, you kidding me? So I'm a whore with my face because I wear everything on my face. I've got Le Femme, I've got Makeup Forever, I've got MAC lipstick, benign powder and contour, the eyeliner I use for my eyebrows, and the eyeliner is I'd have to look it up. I'm so bad. I should know these. But see, look at that. There's like 5 million different brands on my face. That's why I say I'm a whore with my makeup.
You're a poster child for makeup.
Thank you. It's like I just throw it up in the air and see what lands.
Awesome. I know I cut you off in the middle of your what you like about it and discovering yourself. Did you like what you found?
With Tupperware?
No, when you took down the mask.
Oh, I did. You know what? It was a long journey.
Yeah.
A long, painful journey, it seems like. And at the end of that realization of who I was and what I wanted from life and what I was working toward, I met my husband, and we fell in love quickly. It was a whirlwind. We got married, and now we have our son. We bought a house, and it's like I'm living a domestic life that I never thought was possible, and I never thought I wanted. And then all of a sudden, it's like it's been a blast, and not easy. Like any marriage, it's got its challenges. The day-to-day, the monotony of day-to-day, and especially during this pandemic, I'm like, oh, I just want to go on a beach in Hawaii, please. But things are different right now, and like everyone, there's been a silver lining for us. But reconnecting, doing housework, and we built a whole wall and oasis around our pool. So it's been there's been a silver lining for sure. But the fact that I know a lot of people are suffering out there is not lost on me, and I feel for them. And I'll tell you the best thing about Tupperware too, especially right now, because I've done a lot of I don't know if people know this, but I do a lot of virtual parties now, which Kellen, you'll be doing one tonight with me on Facebook.
Yep, I'll be live, guys.
Yay! But what I love most about these products right now, especially Tupperware, has unprecedented sales right now because people are cooking more. They need to store their food longer. And this is the perfect product for that, because it's like you're buying the Gucci's of plastic. It's the best product around.
So this, the quarantine and everything, people staying home more, did that prompt the Tuesday night show, the one that I found you on, or had you been doing that before?
You know what? I had done it occasionally. So I would do a live show, like when I was down on sales and I needed because I have a minimum that I have to maintain every month. So I was down in sales a couple months here and there. So what I would do is do like a live show, and just randomly, I wouldn't have a host or anything, but I would just do a random show online, and it was 50-50. Sometimes they'd be very successful, sometimes nobody bought anything. But through the pandemic, I remember when everything first hit and all the rest of my parties for the rest of March canceled, I was like, there goes my business. 19 years of work, there it goes. And then I started watching my colleagues start jumping online, hosting virtual Tupperware parties, and I had thought, well, I had done that before. Let me see what happens. That first night that I did it, I mean, I think I sold maybe over $3,000 in Tupperware, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then come April, May, July, I had the 3 best months I had in years. Wow. All virtual parties. And what it is essentially is I would get multiple hosts each night. Like tonight, you're my host, and I might have 2 more. And what it is you, Kellen, I set you up with your own link,
which I got.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a live demonstration tonight on Facebook. There's Kellen's link. Yeah, so they're showing it. So what happens is I encourage you to invite all your friends to watch my live show tonight. And what you do is you create an event page on Facebook. You invite your friends to my Facebook to watch tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then I'm going to have you share your link with your family and your friends. And then people will click on your link to place their order once, I do the demonstration and they're ready to go. Now, I've been doing that with multiple hosts every Tuesday and sometimes on Friday and occasionally on Sunday. And it went really well. Now, obviously, it's not the same as the in-person touching feeling like most people like to do. But, under the circumstances, it's the next best thing until we get back to some level of normal where we can be together again. Because trust me, I miss my people, and I miss having the accessibility of answering those questions and engaging with people, and just having that audience, that instant gratification you get from an audience, which kind of hard when I'm standing there in my kitchen by myself. I'm like, I literally feel crazy, like I'm talking to myself.
Well, you have a cameraman, don't you?
Mike, my friend Mike Pingo.
Right. Yeah.
That always.
Is that right there on in the comments? Mike Kativo.
Oh, Mike Cavito. No, that's a friend of mine. He's an international model from Tijuana. No, Mike Cavito's a friend of mine through a fellowship. Oh, I love you too, Mikey Cavito. No, he's a friend of mine through a fellowship that I belong to. But Mike Pingo. He runs Charlie'sAngels.com. He's one of the biggest, the nation's biggest Charlie's Angels fan from the 70s. Wow. And he runs their fan website. And that's how he and I became friends, because I'm a big Charlie's Angels fan, which is how I created my stage show, Chico's Angels. Mm-hmm. But, so he runs my camera for me most nights. On occasion, I'll just do it solo. Mm-hmm. But it's always fun when he's there because I kind of play off of him.
Yeah. I just forgot okay, I remember what I was going to say. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I've been to probably hundreds of Tupperware parties because friends had them, and you have to come. And the demonstrations were, let's see, it seals. Show me a demonstration of how Kay Sedia would do it.
Okay, well, listen, I happen to have
great.
So that's about system, which is on sale right now in a buy it all set. But check it out. For the longest time, first off, we have on the bottom here, it's 42 cup. Then we go over to 32 cup. Then we have 19 cup. Then we have 12 cup. Then we have 6 cup. Now, for the longest time, I didn't know what this hole was for. I just thought Tupperware's getting a little kinky, but who might have said? In the middle of a demonstration, one of my guests said to me and said, Kay Sedia, stick your thumb in there. I said, I don't know, Jew. That is inappropriate. That hole. Okay, she told me to stick my thumb in that hole. So what you do is you put your thumb in the hole, you grip the bowl, and all it does is create an easy grip. So if you're mixing or stirring, there's no mess and no fuss. Plus, if storage is an issue for you, you could just hammer a nail on the wall and hang it. It'll just look like you have a big light blue chichi hanging on your wall. So that is That's a Bowl system. This is on sale for $59 for this Get It All set right now, guys. That is a great mixing bowl, especially if you're a baker or anything like that. So I always have a little bit of a twist on everything. Probably for some an inappropriate twist on everything, but you know what? Hey, there's somebody for everybody. If you don't like inappropriate, Tijuana beauty queen selling Tupperware to you, there's other people that can sell it to you.
Mm-hmm. No, you have I will call it a twist.
Okay, for sure.
Michelle, I always wondered what that was for. I have it, and it's great.
Oh, there you go, Michelle. Yeah, it's a thumb rest. So it just makes it easy. Look, there's even a smaller version. Stick your thumb, grip the ball. Makes it easy to handle.
So I don't cook. And my friends know that. I bake, but I don't cook. What would you use the bottom one for? What is that? What would you put in it? Like,
believe it or not, there's even a bigger one right now, which I just got word we just sold out online, but I could still get it for you if you guys wanted to. But it's a 59 cup. Now,
I could use it to feed the horse.
Check this out.
Oh my God.
59 cup. Now, just FYI, this isn't the correct color. It's going to come in a dark navy blue. Uh-huh. But look, it's got double handles. Again, the thumb fits in there to grip the bowl. But what would you do in here? Well, I've been joking that you could birth children in here. Not to mention,
I was wondering if you gave your son a bath when he was an infant.
We took pictures of when he in Tupperware when he was 11 days old. Let me see. In a bowl.
That's amazing.
But check this out. This is what you would call like a masa bowl. You ever make tamales during Christmas?
Sure.
Have you?
No.
Because then you've never celebrated Christmas. I'm just saying, Kellen. But this would be a masa bowl. So you make your masa for the tamales in a big bowl like this. Now, this is huge, obviously, or even the 42 cup is huge. But this is perfect when you're making that potato salad for your Aunt Luisa's party or something like that. Oh, there it is right there. But you would make something like the big potato salad, the big macaroni salad. This is perfect for like brining your turkey during Thanksgiving.
Legal?
Huh?
Is that legal?
Brining doesn't sound legal.
No.
Anyway, that's what the bigger bowls are for. That's why a lot of people love them for that very reason. But that's why the bigger bowls have handles that you can also stick your thumb into. But the handles are just for easy transporting. But yeah, that's what that 59 cup. My husband every year brines our turkey, so that's what he's gonna put it in.
Nice. Okay. I love pink. I know you just had a purple line that you just discontinued, and I know this because now you know I watch your show, right?
Mm-hmm.
So is pink the new? There we go.
Well, during the month of October, we had quite a bit because it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So they always put out pink product for us, the consultants, to help us with fundraisers and stuff like that. But we do have a lot of random pink items like excuse me, the That's a Bowl Mini here, which is a 6-cup bowl. I know I can't say much more than this because I'm not allowed to talk about future sale items. I know next month's sales have some pink products. Just saying.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Okay.
I use the large for making Rice Krispie treats, even melting the marshmallows in the microwave. You see?
Oh, so they're microwave safe.
Yeah. Oh no, these particular ones are not recommended for the are they made from petroleum products? Petroleum. I believe yes, it's a plastic product. And here's the thing about Tupperware, because this is not disposable plastic. This is reusable plastic. So it helps you become environmentally friendly because this isn't something you dispose of. We have a rule in our house, but we marinate in the seasoned serve marinator. We don't use the large baggies. We don't use when I pack sandwiches for my son for his daycare, I put them in the sandwich keepers. I don't put them in sandwich baggies. I don't ever pack anything in his lunch that ends up going into the trash. Everything is reusable product only. So that's the great thing about Tupperware. Like even for example, this straw that you're seeing me drink out of is a reusable straw, which I love to take with me. It's right here. Here's a pack. I love to take this with me in my bag when we go to the grocery or when we go to restaurants, when we could go to restaurants back in the day. My son would always chew on the paper straws, and then within a couple seconds, they would just start devouring inside his drink. So I take my own straws, and it comes with a little carrying pouch, and it comes in 2 sizes. So look, this is a regular size straw that'll fit into any smaller drink, or if you get one of those big, tall latte drinks from Starbucks, it has an extender.
Oh my gosh.
So you can make a really long straw. But what's especially great about this, because it is reusable and you're going to carry this pouch with you, it also has
that's what I was going to ask, the brush.
So you can go into the bathroom and clean it out right away, put it back in your bag, and then still use it the next day without worrying about whether, if there's going to be a growth on your straw. But this is a pack of 4. So stuff like this, I love. And there's one more thing I want to show you. I don't even know if I have it here. I don't know if I have it. It's a utensil set. So you go to restaurants. Now, whenever I go to restaurants, and they give you the plastic knives and forks, I always ask them to keep it.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it, because I don't want to have to throw that into the trash. And what I have a little kit with a knife, fork, and a spoon. They're plastic but reusable, and it has a little snap-on carrying cover. So you get the reusable. So I always do that when I go to get something fast or it requires a knife and a fork. Like if we get Thai food sometimes to go, I'll just ask them to keep their own utensils and we use our own. Stuff like that just to help you with sustainability. There it is. Wow, your guy is on it.
He is awesome. He's
yes,
awesome.
He is.
Okay, so if you could invent a new piece of Tupperware, what would it be?
I would invent a Tupperware low jack, because people take your Tupperware and you're like, where did it go? People are ripping you off. So if I could invent a Tupperware low jack so that you could always track your Tupperware, that's what I would invent next.
That's awesome. That's awesome. God, you've been so much fun. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Okay, so let's
doing a drag show as Bert Rito. Wes Wyatt, do it, and then join Tupperware. You could be on my team, and I'll train you. I'm doing all my training virtually right now. In fact, I have a few people up in the northern part of California right now that are on my team. I even have members in Hawaii that are on my team.
Wow. Well, this show is, I guess, everywhere because it's on YouTube. And this group that I started this show, the reason I started this show, they're from all over the country. So maybe, we'll get some replays and you'll get some national coverage.
Nice.
Yeah.
Please contact me if you can. Here, you know what? I'm going to, I think I shared your video onto my feed.
Oh, for this show?
Ah. Okay.
Wait.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
But it's live at the moment.
Do you know what? I'm looking at your face right now.
Mm-hmm.
I put a lot of makeup on today.
What are you talking? I'm just wearing a little glass.
I look like I just woke up.
I just try to keep it simple. I don't like to stand out too much.
Oh my God, you're awesome. Okay, we're at our half-hour mark, and I haven't seen any questions. So if you guys have any questions, put them in now. I usually give this part of my show to my guest, to whatever message you'd like to give our audience and people that will be playing this on the replay. This is your chance.
Nice. Yes, please ask me questions about anything that I can answer. If not, I'm just gonna make it up. So good luck to you. Kellen, how long have you been doing this show?
Since I think it was the beginning of the pandemic, so March, end of March. Yeah.
And you sell cards, right? You make custom cards?
I do. And you'll be getting a set as soon as I figure out what logo, like what to put on it. So I think I have an idea.
Tacos. Anything with the taco makes me happy.
Well, I was gonna do tamales.
Tamales, tacos, burritos, you name it.
So
I haven't got a taco that I hate it.
Okay, what's your favorite piece of Tupperware?
That's a hard question. I'll tell you, my favorite piece of Tupperware is not available right now just because we're having an issue with some of the metal products, like the can opener. But this is my favorite piece of, and if anybody watches me on my live shows, you'll see that I use this all the time because it's good for mixing, chopping, and for baking. It's the Power Chef system.
Oh yeah, I've seen you use that.
Now I make fresh salsa.
Pull?
Huh?
Is that the one you have to pull?
Yeah. So I make fresh salsa in this. I make fresh salsa. I make fresh guacamole in here. Whenever I'm baking, I'll do a baking recipe in here as well. But look, so it's got a skid-proof bottom. You set it down on your table, on your counter. It won't slide around. And then it's got 3 stainless steel blades, which are curved, which is what creates a mixture when you're chopping. And that's what you want when you're chopping and mixing. And then what we have here is the guard that fits right up on top here. You just find the little grooves and slide it in. And then this is what we call the motor. Sits right up on top here. And then what you do is you have a whole onion in here. I usually drop my cilantro. This is how I make my salsa. First off, I like to roast my garlic cloves on a griddle. I'll heat them up, and then I'll put cilantro, like a bunch of cilantro in here, half of a red onion. I like red onion's flavor better. And then I'll put half of a serrano chili, and I gut it so that it's not too spicy. And then I get the heated garlic cloves, usually 1 or 2, and I'll drop it in here. And then all that is chopped in mix. Now, I usually get 4 Roma tomatoes, small Roma tomatoes, and I'll usually grill those on the griddle as well to get them a little bit of a char. Mm-hmm. And then I'll add a teaspoon of salt, lime zest, and then a half of a lime squeezed into this. And then I'll put the 4 tomatoes after I've cooked them up a little and get a bit of a char, drop them in here after everything else has already been chopped. And then there's my fresh salsa. Now, with my guacamole, what I usually do is I'll leave a little bit of a layer of salsa on the bottom. I'll take that out and serve it. And then my guacamole, it's all the same ingredients except for obviously the tomatoes and for the garlic. And then I'll put usually 4 small avocados in here with cilantro, onion, and a half of a serrano chili. Chop that up. And then the lime, the zest, and 4 avocados. And then Makes it up. The salsa just adds a little extra flavor to it. So that is called the Power Chef system. And then we have a smaller version, which is perfect for just chopping a couple, like a small bit of an onion. If you need to chop some nuts for a baking recipe, or if you just want to chop some nuts, okay? You put it in the small one. Give it a little yank. Now, you know what I love this mostly for is because I hate mincing up my garlic. I'll drop 4 or 5 garlic cloves in here. What was that? 5 seconds, you have minced garlic. It's perfect, you guys. Perfect. Anyway, those
are not available.
What's up?
Those are not available right now.
These are. I'm sorry. These are. I was talking about the can opener that's not available right now.
Oh, okay.
One of my favorite products. This is available, and then you can purchase them separate, which is the Chop and Prep or the Power Chef system. Or there's called a Power Chef Premium system. You get them together and you save like $16 or $17 if you purchase them together because you'll get one motor because the motor fits on both the big and the small. This is my favorite product along with the can opener.
So Wes Wyatt wants to know, wait, where'd it go? What the string, wait, hold on. What is the life on the spin mechanism?
Well,
like,
I haven't had an issue with these. Other than I've dropped one and broken one, but even that is rare because Tupperware is sturdy. And I don't know if you guys know this, Tupperware has a lifetime guarantee. So if you bought it in 1946 and it broke today, you would get it replaced for free. You would just, if you're placing an order, then you could just add it onto your order. Otherwise, you would just pay a shipping charge. But it's a free replacement for the product. And something like that, if I were ever to have an issue, I've heard of something, but it's not been a big problem. But you just find your local Tupperware representative or the person you bought it from, and you can get a replacement part.
Now, what if I ran over it with my car?
Well, Tupperware has a lifetime guarantee about for cracking, chipping, or peeling. No melting because that's your fault. And running over, I guess that's considered broken.
Because I think something would have a better chance of getting run over by a car than me actually using it in the kitchen.
Using it? I hear you, girl. I hear you.
Oh my God. Okay. There was another question. Where is it? How long have you been selling Tupperware?
Monica Sosa, 19 years. I started in August 2nd of 2001 was my 19th anniversary. So 2021, I'm celebrating 20 years in Tupperware, which I'm going to do a big, hopefully we'll be back in. I'll be back in people's homes, selling them, showing them the product, sharing the opportunity with them, and having a big, what is the 20th anniversary? It's not a bicentennial. It's called I don't know.
You got me on that one.
I'm going to have a big celebration for my 20th.
Good. I'm excited about that. Okay, well, it looks like, wait,
it says, what else do you run your car? Oh, it was like a 48-hour episode. Kellen.
Yes.
What are you running over, lady?
I've crashed 2 cars in the last 2 years.
Oh, goodness, Kellen. Oh, chica, come on.
I know. I need tamales in my life to balance me.
Thank you. You know what? The best thing about tamales at Christmas? Always something to unwrap.
Oh, love it.
Uh-oh, we got a visitor.
Oh, there he is.
Say hi. Say good morning.
Good morning.
He's got that wake-up morning hair.
Love it.
What's that? Is that DJ?
And I can see.
You can see. Okay, Papa, let me have you go back with Esperanza, okay? Here, go. I'll be right out. Oh, sorry, atrás.
What a sweetie.
Yeah. So anyway, you guys, if anybody's interested, I host virtual parties. All you do is literally invite your friends to watch my live Facebook demonstration. You'll be set up with your own Tupperware link, and then you earn free Tupperware based on what anybody purchases from your link, including your family and friends and anybody that orders from the live demonstration. So Kellen has a party tonight. So if you guys want to join us, or if anybody watching wants to host a party, feel free to send me a private message and I'll be happy to set you up for a party tonight, you guys. Or we can even set you up this Friday or even next Tuesday. But remember, it's always you earn free Tupperware when you host.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So, Kelly, you ready for some free Tupperware that you're not going to use?
Yeah, maybe I'll donate it.
Here you go. Could donate it to like a women's shelter or something like that. Plus, let anybody know that I also do fundraisers if anybody ever needs to raise funds for a cause. I can give you the details of that privately if you're interested.
Well, I learned a lot about Tupperware today that I did not know about. And I'll tell you, it's come a long way since the antique Tupperware that's still in my mom's cupboard.
Well, some people love that antique, like avocado and burnt orange Tupperware. It's classics.
Oh, porcelain or platinum. There, thanks, Wes.
What is that?
For your anniversary. The 20th is porcelain or
platinum.
Platinum. Oh, platinum.
I like the platinum because it sounds fancy.
Yeah.
Even though it's
you could do a lot with that. You could do a lot with that.
Right. Well, I'll do. It's my porcelain anniversary. In other words,
that's more delicate and more like you.
Thank you.
A fragile flower.
Hashtag facts.
Yeah. Well, the other lesson I learned on this show is that don't invite anyone on your show that wears makeup better than you do. So
I can't help all this sexy, Kellen. I can't help it.
I should have known by looking at the pictures. I should have canceled. I just know it. But I appreciate your time today and your fun and your energy and your passion. I mean, thank you so much for being a part of my show.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. And hopefully we'll see all you guys watching tonight on my Facebook Live.
Yeah. Oh, it's a production. I mean, it's not just Kay Sedia selling Tupperware. Oh, wait, did I tell you? I think I might have told you this. When I was watching your show, my daughter was sitting next to me and she's like, what the hell are you watching? And I'm like, I'm watching this really cool Tupperware show. And then I didn't notice your name at first. I just saw Kay. And then she goes, well, who is it? I go, Kay. And I go, Sedia. And I went, oh my God. That just cracked me up. I'm like, I'm so slow, but
it's funny. I've had women like at the party who booked me, hosted the party, and I think in the middle of the demonstration, and they're like, "Oh my God, Kay Sedia," and they start laughing. I'm like, "Really?
You really are a genius. You're a genius."
Go on.
Oh wait, Michelle doesn't know where to get a tamale. We'll dial you in. I'm sure.
Tamale. Oh,
you never had one.
You don't know what I grew up eating tamales. Any Mexican restaurant you can get tamales, and it's just pretty much it's masa, which is corn. Before it's made into a tortilla, it's made into a dough, and you put it in a corn husk, and then you either you could put whatever fixings you want in the middle, but it's usually like either ground pork or pork, beef, or chicken, or even cheese. It's what my mother was famous for. And there's even sweet ones. You roll the corn husks and then you steam them in a big pot.
They're delicious.
Oh, yes, they are. You haven't lived life, Michelle. You haven't lived life.
We will get you a tamale, Michelle. We will.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, okay. Well, thank you so much. If you could stay a little bit for the after show, I just want to talk to you about some things, so don't go away.
Sure.
Thank you, Blue Sky Video Productions, for sponsoring us today, and Bruce Himmelblau. Use him for your live streams. I mean, look at how smoothly this went, and this could be your show. Cards That Wow. Send a personal note with your brand that when people open the envelope, they will literally say, wow. So thank you, everybody, and have a great day.